It's your boy Obz here. Do it to life, for life. Do it to you. Do it to 2021. A whole year of breast cancer awareness and personal growth. Today is day 81. 81 days. Today is New Year's Eve 2020. And guess what? You know what tomorrow is, right? Tomorrow is New Year's. It's another day. We're gonna get started on a new. We already got started on our new year, right? But on Thursday is the full agreements. All we working on this breast cancer awareness. We working on. I want to work on strategies and things on the inside game, mental awareness, mental health for the patient and also for the family. I know there's some organizations out there that I'm going to reach out to and partner with because I think it's a lot of work to be done. I think it's something that's often overlooked as well too. But that's just something that I want to do on a bigger, grander scale. But in order for me to do that, I need to become the best version of myself, right? So then I need to help other people become the best version of themselves by letting me be the guinea pig, do all the trial and error, dust the words, do it to life, because we're gonna do what we already know to do to the area of our life that is not receiving the growth that we want. And a lot of times, I was talking to somebody the other day, another part of me, about the reason we really don't want to catalog or write down stuff in that area because then, like in the four agreements, if you hadn't been reading, the four agreements say there's a judge and there's a victim. Because a lot of times, once we start writing these plans out and say, hey man, I should have been doing that, should have been doing it, shoulda, woulda, coulda, then the judge will kind of come in and just start trying to judge us, right? So that's what we have to do. Stretch it out just a little bit further. So that's what we have to do. We have to get past that. I guess it's a way of saying, hey, look, I know the ego is there. Ego, I know exactly where you are, what you're trying to do, and then move past that, or we could smuggle in goodness with it, or like I said before, build a better, stronger habit, build a new ego by also employing the great questions that we went over in the previous video. Wouldn't it be nice? How would the person I like to be do the thing I'm about to do? Or the focusing question: what's one thing that I can do to such by doing it would make everything else I do easier? Some of it unnecessary. Those are great focusing questions. But back to the four agreements. Just on this inside game, we're always I find myself judging myself in several areas and questioning. Am I adding too much on the plate? It's always that fine line. Am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? Am I not doing enough? But focusing in on these questions and actually sitting down and writing, that's tough. Now, here's the deal: writing itself is not tough, but writing in the area that is dead or not receiving growth, and the reason that area is dead and not receiving growth is because we don't write in that area, and that's why we don't want to write in that area. That's why we seem it hard to write in that area. It's a lot of baggage, a lot of stuff in there, and I think most of it to me is just that judge and that victim, being ashamed. That ego is still strong in that area. We still want to look good, and by us working in that area, we expose that things not as great as we thought they were. It's almost one of the things: ignorance is bliss, but we always had a nagging feeling that we need to go to the next level. But if ignorance is bliss, then a lot of people just coast through life. But you'll get to a point. I'm at a point, right? I'm at a point. It's like the Matrix, right? I said we was gonna do some stuff, maybe do a week or two on just the Matrix, maybe it's a little side excerpt that's down the road. But I want to get in on. I like the Matrix. It's the world that's been pulled over our eyes, like air. I think it was God inspired, but it's the inside game. It's all inside game, and so I want to, growing up, a lot of people didn't teach you a lot of inside game. We learned outside game because we learned it from our peers through peer pressure, through trying to blend in, trying to fit in, through social media, through just what we saw around us, and we kind of acted out of lack and limitation because the world often teased us about our lack. So we was always made aware of our lack, and sometimes even today, people try to use that as a motivational tool to point out your lack. At one time, I was in Toastmasters group, Toastmasters, woo woo. I was in a Toastmasters group, and our group was a fast growing group. We had fun in there. A lot of the groups weren't growing as fast. They was stagnant. They was kind of, membership was dwindling. And the main difference was in our group we used a positive role model. We did not point out the faults because it wasn't jugular, right? It's not life or death. We put up a positive role model so everybody can look at the positive role model. It's like exercising. Okay, here's what I want to be. That's that question, right? This is what that person of me looks like. If I want to be this kind of speaker, this is, if I want to have these muscles being shaped, this is how it looks. So I don't have to have somebody come in and say, well, you look, your biceps are small. I don't have to have somebody come there if I'm looking at the model. Because I can look at myself and look at the model and know that my biceps are small. I don't need somebody telling me that. But what happens is if you go into a situation where every time you stand up in front of somebody, they're going to be telling you everything that's wrong, then it's no benefit for you to get in that. And then it's public humiliation. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times people don't like to do public speaking. But in that group, we jumped at the chance to get up and talk in front of people. We jumped up at the chance because we knew that whatever happened, they were only going to tell me what parts of the model I hit. And then if they didn't mention the part, it wasn't publicly announced. I knew it internally that, hey, they didn't mention that part, so maybe I need to work in that area. You see what I'm saying? It's so soft and so subtle. Life is supposed to be soft and subtle like that. It's not always a bash your head up against a brick wall type of deal. But and that's what it is in the four agreements. One thing I was struggling on a deal or something that I had done the other day, and it came down to it that most of my stress come in. I think most of our stress come in when we're not impeccable with the word. Like I say, today is the four agreements. Hope you got the audio book. Hope you've been listening on YouTube. Hope you've been reading. But impeccability of the word, meaning I got correct, straight speech. It's in the Bible. Say, let your yes be yes and your no be no. You don't have to swear on this and swear on that, but you want to build up a reputation, a clear, concise, straight speech. And the turmoil that I was experiencing there because my speech was not clear and concise. I always had a nagging feeling in there. Hey, did you go over that? Did you mention that? Wow, this may come up. Did you see that? Right? Did you repeat that? Did you make sure that that was clear? See, that's in the questioning. See, here's the beauty of this thing. If y'all looking and listening for the last 81 days, then you know, and been listening to these books, then you know that the consistent theme that's going through it is asking more questions, asking more precise, more quality questions. See, the first part of our lives, when we first came on the scene, guess what? We asked questions and we had tremendous growth. Tremendous growth. Till we reached about age 5 or something like that. And then the parents, the world, or whatever just kind of beats it out of us. Nobody asked questions. I mentioned at one time that I was talking to a young lady and her daughter. I was just talking to the mother, and the daughter's probably fifth grade, 10, 13, 13 years, maybe fifth or sixth grade. Anyway, she was just minding her own business. But I was talking to the mom. I said, look, all we have to do is just ask more questions. And then the daughter chimed in, out of nowhere. Oh, mom, no, you never ask questions. You never need to be asking more questions. At 12 or 13, it's drummed out of it. It was frowned upon to ask questions. And so from that point on, through those formative years, from 5 years up to what, 25, we don't ask enough questions. We're scared to ask questions, and then we want, but the people that can muster past that and ask those questions anyway, they excel. Now, here's a beautiful thing, right? Now, we ask questions in the areas we ask questions in. You know, let's say that I like sports, right? Then I'm gonna ask a ton of questions in sports because I like sports. Sports come easy to me. That's what I want to do. But then I may be fat and overweight, and I'll be like, gosh, you know what? Why don't I ask questions in this area here that I'm fat and overweight? It's got to be ego. It's got to be some type of shame there. Got to be some type of fear there. So 2021, I already talked to my kids. We're gonna be asking more questions. We're gonna be questioning everything, and then we're gonna be asking big questions. And then we're gonna be dreaming big. We're gonna have dream sessions. Wouldn't it be nice sessions? Just dream sessions. Wouldn't it be nice if this COVID-19 was all over and everything was not back to normal, but better than normal? It turned out to be the best years after COVID-19, and that everybody was immune. Wouldn't it be nice if cancer was eradicated, thing of the past? It would be nice, wouldn't it? Now I don't even need to worry about the how, the when, the where, the what. I just trying to just enjoy the moment right here, cause we have that choice. We can go not from being sad to choosing to be happy. And it's so often you could just it's just a split second. You can be sad, you can pull your phone out, pull something up, and next thing you know you're happy. Or you can carry within your mind, like the guy said, it doesn't matter if it's rain, sleet, or snow, I carry sunshine within me. Carry sunshine within me. I heard that, Stephen Covey said that, it's always a synergy. It's always not a compromise. It's when we put our heads together to come with something better. I know we didn't go outside, but maybe we came up with something better inside. I know it's raining and storming outside. Let's have a picnic inside. And it may turn out to be the best picnic ever. One that the kids would never forget. A lot of rustling back there, right? Yeah, just distraction. Don't pay no attention. Sometimes you're gonna hear voices in your head. You're gonna have thoughts coming in your head just like that. A little rustling. There's always some chatter going on, but we gotta stay focused. It's your boy Obz here. Do it to life for life. Do it to you. Do it to 2021. The four agreements. Be impeccable with that word. Now tomorrow, guess what? It's gonna be K knocking. Face your fears on Friday. Oh man, for the new year, we're gonna get some no's tomorrow. Even though I'm off, I gotta figure out a way to get some no's. I gotta get some no's. Oh, hold on, wait a minute.